me, Mario. Hello.
Greetings, rubes and sluts. We are the ZBros, from the game Mavericks, of course. I'm Michael, and this is...
I am Mike Rowe / Eric, whichever one you prefer.
And we are totally messing up Mario. Whoa, his eyes went out of his... Jeez.
What?
This is like the creepiest thing ever. What's with the red star?
I don't know. This is Super Mario 64, if you couldn't tell. It is a classic Mario game, if you will.
Not like Wario Land 4.
Wario Land 4.
Yeah. So Eric needs to count down so we can get this shit on the road.
Oh, yes.
This is going to be a long one.
2, 1.
There you go.
Okay.
So,
So,
start new file. This is going to be a 120 star run. Right.
yes. And
Oh,
I
by the
think-
way, this is the first game where she's... Well, I think Yoshi's Safari called her Peach first, but this is the first game where it was like became canon that her name was Peach, and Toadstool was her last name.
well, wasn't it always Peach in Japan?
Yes. Just like how his name was always Dr. Eggman in Japan, but everybody seems to forget that Peach changed her name and nobody fucking noticed. But when Dr. Robotnik does it, oh no, that can't happen because those 3 games that I played on the Genesis in my childhood were perfect in every conceivable aspect, and any change of any kind.
Wow. Like, a minute in and you're already, like, hardcore bitching about Dr. Eggman in the classic Sonic games.
But I digest.
I digest. So,
But I digest.
the story thus far, not that it's, you know, it's a big deal, it's like save Princess Peach from Bowser, but, is that, Princess Peach is kidnapped, and I believe it has something to do with, none of this is important, by the way, but, I believe that, at some point, Princess Peach says that she's been kidnapped, and all the power stars in the castle have been kidnapped and taken into the walls, right? Something like that?
What happened is Bowser basically came to Peach's castle, which is where this is the hub world, so to speak. You can go to different levels from here. It's a huge change from the 2D Marion games of yore, in which you moved from left to right and
Ye old Marion.
collected power-ups in order to defeat enemies and restore health. In this game, you have a health bar, you can move around in X, Y, and Z axes, and unlike the old games where the goal was just to make it to the end of the stage, in this one you gotta collect power stars in order to unlock new levels. And you gradually make your way to fight Bowser so that you can reach sort of the highest point of the castle and then finally confront him and save Peach. Peach and all of the toads that live in the castle have been, you know, absconded and taken into the
Absconded.
taken into the paintings and walls of the castle, which is where all of these levels take place. So you're not actually here; you're in a magical painting.
Trying to get the power stars back.
Yeah, it's a pretty creative plot, definitely, but
I mean, it's still your, hey, Princess Peach kidnapped by Bowser, do the things.
yeah. More
But
or less.
rather than get to the end of the level, it's get all the power stars back.
You're not gonna
Or-
take the shortcut.
I don't know, not really. It doesn't. I don't know. I usually don't take it because I always get like mixed up between this and the next star.
No, we are most definitely gonna make this playthrough a let's play because let's be honest here, we cannot keep up substantive commentary on a game like this for all of the 500 parts it's gonna take to fucking edit and upload this playthrough. But
Yeah, and it will be a 120 star playthrough, which is 100%. Now, there are a bunch of stars that require you to get 100 coins in each level.
And
We're probably not going to have those on camera because that's going to be boring as shit, and I'm going to do that off camera.
we can either off screen it or we can record it and just speed up and play music. Like there's some excellent remixes of tracks from this game in Super Mario Galaxy 2 that I'd like to show off.
In Super Mario Galaxy 2?
Yeah, you know, Throwback Galaxy.
Oh yeah, that's right.
What? Yeah, speaking of which, I guess it's kind of a theme for this playthrough. Yeah, so you defeat bosses and solve certain missions and you get power stars.
Yes.
And these...
Some of them are obscure and ridiculous, which
Yeah.
we'll point out when we get to those. But
I mean,
for the most part, I think there's usually good variety, and there's not like too many stars in one place. What I'm gonna do is, the way I'm gonna go about it is, I'm going to try to get all the stars that I can get at the time in each course at once. So right now this is Ball on Battlefield, but some of them I will need certain power-ups and unlockable things, like the wing cap for a later one in this one.
you know, I mean, like, kind of as a transition from that point of some of them being a little obscure, there more recently, in recent years, people have basically come back to this game and realized, this may not be as good as I remember it, and it hasn't aged well in some people's eyes, and like, where would you stand on that, Eric? I know that you mentioned in Weary on Lane 4 that this is your favorite N64 game.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't exactly get why people think this has aged poorly. I don't know if it's just graphics or it's I think the biggest reason that would be is because this was like one of the first of this type, like the 3D platformers and collectathon type deals. Like, this is pretty early on, so obviously, it's in a lot of ways it's experimental. But I don't know. I think it still holds up. What I like about this game personally is I feel like it's very easy to pick up and play. Is he coming?
Yeah, he's just slower than molasses.
But yes, I think this game just holds up and is a lot of fun, and
You're a human blur. The Marions.
He's so much nicer than what's his name from Super Mario Sunshine?
Piantissimo.
Piantissimo. You pokey flab biscuit.
Apparently his face is actually Miyamoto's face. Like, if you use a...
Really? I thought he was black. If you
I
look
can't
at
remember.
pictures of him, he's...
Yeah, so he's very clearly African Delphinian.
African Delfinioan... something.
I mean, I don't know. Like, the last time I tried to play this, it was about a year ago, and it was just like, hell, I haven't played this game. I've played this game like a good 20 times over the years, because when I was little, this is pretty much the only game we had to play for a long time. This is my first console video game, no less.
Mm-hmm.
It was, I mean, like, I played the shit out of this, I played the shit out of the DS port, which is probably the better of the two, because it has more playable characters, like 30 extra stars that aren't in this one. It is also the origin of the Silver Star gimmick that would later be seen in Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2.
I honestly didn't like the DS port as much, but that could easily have been nostalgia. I'd actually be interested on people's opinion of this.
Most people hate it because it's different than the original
what the
they grew
fuck
up with,
am I
so therefore
doing?
it's bad, but...
Yeah, well, it happens.
I mean, like, in the DS port you can play as Yoshi, you could play as Wario, you could play as Luigi.
Yeah, well, the thing that I didn't like about that was in this one, you have the power-ups, the different caps, you can sort of get all of them, whereas in other circumstances you had to be certain characters to get through stuff. And then, in that way...
It's actually kind of like DK64 in a way, but go on.
I don't know, I feel like when you have just one person... Oh shit, red coins.
How long is this gonna take? Can you do this in like a minute or two? Because we're running late on this part. There's one under the bridge, I think.
There's one under the bridge? No, there's not.
It's been a while since.
There's only yellow coins under that. I don't know. It shouldn't take very long.
Whoa. Gotta be careful there. Yeah, I'm sure that people have LP'd the fuck out of this game just because... I don't know. It's like Mega Man 2 and Mega Man X. Like, you can't spit in YouTube without it hitting a Mega Man X or Mega Man 2 LP.
Yes.
Of which we've already done one of the two already on this channel, so... I mean, like, it was Eric's pick. wanted to let him. I wanted to let him choose a game and practice at 4 or something.
Wow.
So. Whoa.
Jesus. Those
So, yeah.
random falling balls.
So the deal with the red coin stars is that you have to. There are like 8
pain in the ass.
red coins hidden throughout the level, so you basically have to like, drag your ass all over the stage until you find them. Oh, and then there's that one up in the
Which
hill.
way do you usually get it? Shit.
I usually just walk up the hill and grab it.
Ah.
It's like as long
That's
as you
what I
don't,
usually do too.
as long as you
It's
don't
kind of
jump,
a pain in the ass.
you can keep going. I mean,
Yeah.
like I discovered this when I was like 5, so you could too. I was
What is
speaking.
that?
I was
What does
speaking.
that
I was directing that at the audience.
So you could too. If you order in the next 5 minutes, you can also run up a hill and get a red coin.
Oh boy, we're already like a minute over. Undisclosed person, it's gonna kill me.
Did we start exactly on time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, actually, you're right. Well, I don't know. It's just we'll finish up the star and then we'll
That'll be
call it
fine.
apart.
I have 7 of the 8
Oh, you do?
red coins.
All right, so we're almost done anyway.
Yeah.
So undisclosed person can't top them off and feed them to his dog. Whoa!
Dude, no problem.
Whoa, there are attacks. Oh, by the way, I love how the tree is 2D. Like
Basically everything in this game is 2D.
Yeah, like if you ever see anything around in this game, it's probably 2D. You can feel safe in guessing that. Well, except that chain chomp has polygons on it, but
Yeah.
not many. The teeth are 2D, but the bob-omb bodies are 2D. The trees are 2D. That little shadow is 2D. Actually, no, it's not.
Did you see that Goomba? He like ran through Mario at the last second.
Well,
Alright.
I think this is probably a good place to cut things off for the part. We'll see you guys next time when we continue to probably finish off Bob on Battlefield and maybe head to a new stage. But
Yeah.
all right.